The 2014 Reebok CrossFit Games are brought to you by Reebok, the exclusive outfitter of CrossFit and the CrossFit Games.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for here in the soccer stadium, your top man.
Here they come in lane number 2, it's Kenneth Leverich. Lane 3, Hackenbruck. Lane number 4, Stoneberg. Lane 5, Mathew Fraser. Lane number 6, Hackenbruck. Lane 7, Josh Bridges. Lane 8, your number 1, Khalipa. Froning. Lane number 12, Kenney. Lane number 13, Troyan. Lane number 14, Heppner. And lane number 15, Forte.
1 minute, move to your boots.
I know it's July, but this is Christmas for CrossFitters, no doubt. As our top man hit down the line to start this event, Joshy G. Woo!
These are your top males here at the 2014 Reebok CrossFit Games. This is set up. 30 seconds.
One heat to go in the 7th-scored event for the men at the 2014 Reebok CrossFit Games. It's the Muscle Up Biathlon. Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the soccer stadium at the StubHub Center in Carson, California. I'm Sean Woodland with Bill Grundler, and through 6 events, Jason Khalipa sits atop the standings, but what a list of men trying to track him down.
It's your virtual who's who, of course. But there's number 4, Rich Froning, hanging out in there. So we're going to be interested to see what he can do in this event.
Rich Froning getting 100 points last night in the 21-15-9 complex to catapult himself up the leaderboard from 12th to 4th and into contention for his 4th straight CrossFit Games title. The first 400-meter run is underway. After this, it's 18 muscle-ups. Then another 400-meter run, 15 muscle-ups, a final 400-meter run, and then 12 muscle-ups. If you break those muscle-ups at any time, you have to take off on a 200-meter penalty lap. The time to beat belongs to Cody Anderson. He never dropped off the rings, had a great pace on the run, and had a final time of 10 minutes, 43.46 seconds.
See these guys getting up towards the top of the apex of the hill here on that 400 meter. And this first run, it's a tricky one. You have Kenneth Leverich stepping out in the front just because of where his lane selection was, or his lane assignment was. He ends up setting the pace for the rest of the pack now. What he needs to know, because he can't really look at anybody, is am I going too fast? Am I going fast enough? Am I drawing the group? Or am I kind of holding them back? And Kenny's very good when it comes to gymnastic type movements. He's just a funky ninja kind of guy. So it's going to be real interesting to see if this pace works for him to be able to go as unbroken as possible in this set of 18, 15, and 12.
The last time these men ran this hill at the CrossFit Games, it was last year. It was in Naughty Nancy. Josh Bridges won that event. He is in this final heat.
Guess what? I think he's going to do real well on this one, too.
He may have a chance to track down Cody Anderson's blazing fast time of 10 minutes, 43 seconds. Kenneth Leverich was the first one back, but Jason Khalipa is already on the rings, as is rookie Hoah Ohlsen, and just about every man is back to the rings. Packed house here at the soccer stadium at the StubHub Center in Carson, California for the 7th event for the men. It's the Muscle Up Biathlon. Jordan Troyan has a couple rep lead over Rob Forte, Josh Bridges, Jacob Heppner, and Kenneth Leverich. Jordan Troyan in the orange dropping off the rings, and he'll take that 200-meter penalty lap around those pylons. He's the only man so far to break up his muscle-ups.
I can't tell if that was on purpose or not. I know he had a pretty heavy swing on the rings, which is not what you want to have. It really kind of ruins your tempo. But he's moving quicker on the 200 meters.
Tommy Hackenbruck has broken. Scott Panchik is broken up. Josh Bridges continuing to work with 1 to go. Bridges is off the rings. 400 meters and then 15 muscle-ups. Bridges with a chance to track down Cody Anderson's time of 10:43. And
right now he's sitting about 30 seconds ahead of Cody Anderson's time, which is unreal. Kenney right behind him, and Kenney doesn't even look phased right now. You can see him doing the shaka to everyone as he's running by, high-fiving. I don't know if it's a way to just kind of keep his head cool, but that was a great move. Those guys are moving smooth.
Bridges, Froning, Leverich, Ohlsen, all going unbroken on that set. Kyle Kasperbauer is done as well. Rich Froning making his way up the stairs, but it's Josh Bridges who is your leader in this 3rd and final heat. Bridges is in the red. Kenneth Leverich in front of him, but Bridges got to that 400-meter run first. Leverich has a longer distance to travel back to his lane, so Josh Bridges in the red shorts.
And I would expect Bridges to do really, really well in this event. He was moving super fast. Obviously, like we said, he was 30 seconds ahead of the current winning time right now, the time to beat. But he didn't look like he started to struggle on those last 2 just a touch. So I want to know, this is the round. This is kind of the telltale round. Did they go out too hard? And what are they going to be able to do?
Jason Khalipa has just finished his muscle-ups. Rich Froning is trying to track Khalipa down and pass him possibly for the overall lead. And right now, Rich Froning has a sizable lead on Jason Khalipa. Josh Bridges is also in the hunt. Bridges comes in 3rd place overall. He's only 18 points back of Khalipa. And Hoah Ohlsen, the rookie, in the red shorts and the yellow top, working his way down the steps. He is also trying to reclaim the top spot on the leaderboard that he held for most of the day on Friday.
And Noah, actually, he's been seen on some YouTube stuff doing crazy amounts of muscle up. So we know that once he gets back to the rings, he's going to be deadly too. So Kenney and Josh, if they want to stay ahead of him, they have to keep moving, and they got to keep that rest as short as possible.
Josh Bridges will get back to the rings first. Kenneth Leverich making the turn back to his rings. The time to beat once again, 10:43. It belongs to Cody Anderson, and Bridges is right to work. 15 muscle-ups for Josh Bridges. He went unbroken on that set of 18. Cody Anderson went unbroken on every set. If these athletes want to chase down that time, they're probably going to have to duplicate that effort. Leverich is on your left. Josh Bridges is on the right.
And Kenney Leverich just got a no rep for not extending his arms out all the way. All these athletes need to make sure that they don't rush trying to quickly get through these movements, through these reps, and make sure they lock all the way out and make sure that judge is happy with that rep.
2 reps to go for Josh Bridges as he looks to go unbroken on the second set, and he cannot do it. Josh Bridges will have to go off on that 200-meter penalty run. He went the wrong way for a second, got corrected by his judge, and now Bridges is on the penalty lap. Rich Froning now on the rings and looking to reel in Josh Bridges for the lead in this heat. Froning with 5 to go. Trying to lock that one out, he does. Now with 4. Leverich is done, and Kenneth Leverich on his 400-meter run. Rich Froning, 2 left. He won't be able to do it. So Rich Froning on the 200-meter penalty lap. Kenneth Leverich is now your leader. We hit the 7-minute mark. Kenneth Leverich doing some good work here on the rings. Leverich making his way up the stairs on his second 400-meter run. And right now, he's about 10 seconds ahead of the pace that was set by Cody Anderson, but he needs to step on the gas a little bit on the run. Josh Bridges is back to the rings. 1 rep to go for Bridges, and we know Bridges can run, so that 200-meter penalty lap may not have been as big a problem as maybe we thought. Bridges making the turn and heading towards the stairs.
Yeah, Josh, he went quick around the 200 meters, and it really isn't giving Kenney that much. He's actually really reeling him in a lot. He's just walking, trying to conserve that energy, because you know he wants to do the next set unbroken. He needs to do the next set unbroken. But wow, Josh is reeling him in right now.
Rich Froning back to the rings. 1 to go for Froning. And now the 400-meter run while Froning was wrapping up his set. Rookie Hoah Ohlsen closed out his set of 15, and Ohlsen is working his way up the stairs. But that's your leader, Kenneth Leverich, who is now going to run on the downhill portion. He took off about 10 seconds ahead of Cody Anderson's pace, but may have fallen off that mark since he walked a good portion of the first half of that 400-meter run. Leverich looking over his shoulder to try and see where Josh Bridges is. Leverich is that speck on the right side of your screen. Bridges is on the left, and he's making his way towards the top of that berm.
This is enough room for Kenney to go unbroken. In that last set, he actually got it no rep, so he did 1 more than he needed to and still was able to go unbroken. He looks relaxed enough on his way back down the backside of this 400 meters to get back on those rings and do this unbroken as well.
About 1.5 minutes to go before we hit Cody Anderson's time of 10 minutes, 43 seconds. Leverich has 12 muscle-ups and then a final sprint to the finish line, saluting the crowd and getting applauded for that. Leverich with the right turn, and he'll get back on the rings. Meanwhile, Jason Khalipa is struggling, and Khalipa is on another 200-meter run. He has yet to finish his set of 15 muscle-ups. He came in with the overall lead. He is in danger of falling out of that spot. Leverich with less than a minute to track down Cody Anderson, and the rookie Cody Anderson may be looking at the first event win in his career at the CrossFit Games. Jason Khalipa has not finished his second round of 15 muscle-ups on the backstretch of that 200-meter penalty lap. Josh Bridges is back underneath his rings. Kenneth Leverich has yet to hop up there. 12 to go, and Cody Anderson will have an event win.
Oh,
no rep again. We've seen that a lot for the men and the women, just not locking out at the top convincingly enough for the judges. Leverich is on the left and Bridges is on your right. There are 2 leaders here in this third and final heat. Cody Anderson is going to win this event, earn 100 points and $3,000, and Kenneth Leverich has to break up, and that opens the door for Josh Bridges, who could be your new overall leader if he hangs on to this pace, as Jason Khalipa has just left on his final 400-meter run.
Oh my gosh.
3 to go now for Josh Bridges. No rep for Bridges, and that's going to be a 200-meter run. And the crowd disagreeing with that call. And now it's Rich Froning with a chance to possibly catch up with Josh Bridges. Froning is through 3, now 4 reps of his 12. If he can go unbroken, Rich Froning could find himself in first place overall. 5 to go for Froning. Leverich is finishing up his 200-meter penalty lap. 3 to go. Jordan Troyan is off the rings, and it's Hoah Ohlsen out of nowhere. The rookie will take the heat. So Hoah Ohlsen could find himself back in first place as Froning has dropped off the rings, and he's on the 200-meter penalty lap. Hoah Ohlsen in 11:52.26. Jacob Heppner is done, but Rich Froning is finishing ahead. If he can get back on this lap and get ahead of the guys he's chasing, could get on top of the leaderboard. And now more and more men finishing. Kenneth Leverich in a race with Mathew Fraser. Fraser's across. Leverich is in, and now Josh Bridge is finishing up in a frantic finish here in the Muscle Up Biathlon.
That right there just proves how deadly that penalty box is.
That's a good word for it, too.
Well, it is a box, you know, and another penalty. Yeah, it's amazing how you saw those guys that were in the front. They all had one mistake. They all came down, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's another 5 that hop up right in front of them. It all comes down to that amount of rest.
Jordan Troyan about ready to finish up. Now, Rich Froning has finished up. He's sprinting towards the finish line. And what's important for Froning here is that he is ahead of Jason Khalipa. He'll make up ground on Khalipa, but not Hoah Ohlsen and Josh Bridges. The two of them will increase their lead on Rich Froning, and Hoah Ohlsen, the rookie, could find himself back on top of the leaderboard depending on where Jason Khalipa finishes. So Khalipa needs to do some serious damage control here, and he is making his way back to the rings for his final set of 12 muscle-ups.
It's very obvious that this workout is not built for the heavier, bigger guys by any means. However, we know that these athletes are so strong and well adept across everything that you wouldn't expect this to be hammering them so hard. But if you look at the total numbers of reps that they're having to do for these muscle-ups, I mean, it's such a large amount. 48 reps of muscle-ups is not easy when you weigh 215, 220 pounds.
And very rarely do you do those with a 400-meter run over a 10-story berm. Kyle Kasperbauer making his way over the finish line. Less than 4 minutes to go before we hit the 18-minute time cap. Kasperbauer will finish 10th in this heat. He sits 18th overall in this event. And now Jason Khalipa on another 200-meter penalty lap. And Jason Khalipa needs to start worrying about the time cap. Rob Forte from Australia is across the finish line. Tommy Hackenbruck, Craig Kenney, and Jason Khalipa are the 3 men left on the field. Hackenbruck is now done. Khalipa is working on a 200-meter penalty lap. Hackenbruck will beat the time cap. Hackenbruck, a 12th place finish in this heat, 21st in the event. Hoah Ohlsen won the heat. That was good for 5th in this event. And he will definitely overtake Jason Khalipa for the top spot on the leaderboard. Josh Bridges finished 6th in this heat, 10th overall. So it's likely he will take 2nd place. Rich Froning, 13th in this event. So Froning, depending on what the rest of the field has done, will be sitting around 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Khalipa back on the rings to try to complete this set of 12 muscle-ups. Khalipa trying to lock that out, and now another penalty run. And Jason Khalipa is plummeting down the leaderboard with every missed rep and every penalty lap.
So hard to watch that. You know how great of an athlete Jason is. He's been at the top of the field for so many years, and then to come into an event like this, and you know he's still good at muscle-ups. It's not like he's bad at muscle-ups, but this is just not his strong event, period. And man, you just hate to see any of these athletes drop down on the very last rep.
The crowd cheering Jason Khalipa as he and Craig Kenney the only two left, but now it's just Khalipa as Kenney has made his way across the finish line. Craig Kenney finishing 33rd in this event, so that's an idea of how far Jason Khalipa has dropped. He only had a 14-point lead over Hoah Ohlsen coming into this event, only an 18-point lead over Josh Bridges, who sat in third, and Rich Froning and Tommy Hackenbruck were just 27 points back, so we're going to see a change at the top of the leaderboard. Khalipa with the final lap, final rep, and one final run to the finish line. And the man from NorCal CrossFit will get inside the 18-minute time cap. But he is going to see his lead disappear, and Jason Khalipa will fall out of the top spot on the leaderboard. The question is now just how far that will be, as Josh Bridges has a chance to creep up. Hoah Ohlsen, the rookie.
Man, he's been impressive this weekend. Absolutely impressive.
And then another rookie, Jacob Heppner, right behind him. Scott Panchik finishes in third.
I'm just overly impressed with Noah. He hasn't blown anything out of the water necessarily, and he hovers right at that 5th to 8th place, which is exactly what Rich Froning has done in the past, where I haven't won anything, but I'm sitting up at the top.
This is only the first event of the day. Hoah Ohlsen and Rich Froning, the champion, trying to catch the rookie. And Josh Bridges is in that battle as well. The winning sprint at the end. Watch Hoah Ohlsen, who's going to be on the right side of your screen. Ohlsen locking that one out and then hopping off the rings.
And he
celebrating maybe a little early. If he had maybe picked up his pace there, maybe another 5 points for him, but Hoah Ohlsen will most likely be sitting atop the leaderboard after 7 events here at the 2014 Reebok CrossFit Games. Kyle Kasperbauer managed to get inside the time cap. Kenneth Leverich in the dark pants, and Josh Bridges were battling it out for that top spot. Josh Bridges did what he needed to do here and keep himself towards the top of the leaderboard. Very likely that he will slide into second place overall behind rookie Hoah Ohlsen.
That's the heat. No.
Yeah.
Send it down to Amanda Krenz with your heat winner.
Am I looking at the camera, or are you?
You're just looking at me, Noah. How'd you decide to pace that one out?
I wanted to go unbroken on the first set to take a little bit of a lead, maybe not in first, but ahead of the pack. And went actually better than planned. Plan was unbroken first round, break up the second round, and break the last one. But coming back for that last round of muscle-ups, I knew if I was patient, waited an additional 10-15 seconds, I might have enough juice to get to 12, and I was able to nail them.
You're a rookie here at the games this year. How's everything going?
Good, it's going really well. It's crazy, better than I could have expected. I would have never thought that I would have sat in first or second or anywhere in the top 3 for the first time being out here, but I don't want to have any reaction to it yet because it's still a long weekend. We've got a lot of work to do, so I'm just happy to be here.
Thanks, Noah.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Hoah Ohlsen is now your overall leader after 7 events. Josh Bridges slides into second. Scott Panchik will move into third. Rich Froning stays put in 4th place, and Jason Khalipa dropping all the way back to 5th place, but still very much in the hunt. Just 46 points separating 1st place Hoah Ohlsen from 5th place Jason Khalipa.
I love the fact that the points are so close. We usually have a large spread. That is not the case, and that's why we see this giant shuffle on the leaderboard after every single event.